Bah humbug.
Gather round, children. Let me tell you a story.
Christmas morning, I ran down the stairs. I ran toward the fireplace. I flew through the air. I looked in my stocking. There was no Christmas joy. I got a stupid stocking stuffer. Instead of a toy, I got fruit. I got fruit. I got a freaking orange, yeah. I got fruit. I got fruit. I got a freaking orange, yeah, yeah. So I looked at my mother. I looked at my dad. I asked, why would Santa bring me something stupid like that? Of all of the things that I had asked Santa for, why would he get my stocking stuffer at a grocery store? I got fruit. I got fruit. I got a freaking orange, yeah. I got fruit. I got fruit. I got a freaking orange, yeah, yeah. 30 years later, I have my own kids. They run down the staircase exactly like I did. They look in their stockings and tears fill their eyes. I feel their pain as they realize that they got fruit. They got a freaking orange, yeah. They got fruit. Maybe you were just naughty this year. They got a freaking orange, yeah, yeah. They got a stupid stocking stuffer. Fruit. A stupid stocking stuffer. Fruit. A stupid stocking stuffer. A stupid stocking stuffer. Fruit. A stupid stocking stuffer. Fruit. A stupid stocking stuffer. They got fruit. They got fruit. They got a freaking orange, yeah, yeah. They got fruit. They got fruit. They got a freaking orange, yeah, yeah. They got fruit.
Yeah, it really kind of sucked. Of course, it wasn't as bad as the year we got the peanuts in the bottom of our stocking. Or the year when we got a pencil and eraser. It was an orange. A freaking orange.
Happy holidays! Now go eat some fruit! Especially you!
I say this calls for action, and now, nip it in the bud.
Michelle Pfeiffer? The only true Catwoman is Julie Newmar, Lee Merriweather, or Eartha Kitt. And I didn't need molded plastic to improve my physique. Pure West.
Good morning, angels.
Good morning, Charlie.
I love it when a plan comes together.
It's time. Let's talk about music,
movies, and mostly television from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know, the good stuff.
Good evening to one and all. Welcome to the Good Stuff Live. My name is Dave Sundstrom, and if you enjoy talking about music, movies, and mostly TV from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, you found the right place. All right, let me do this. I have got a bunch of esteemed colleagues with me this evening, and I want to bring them on ASAP. So let's go here. And let's bring on first to arrive was my buddy Thrash Pondo Pons. How you doing tonight, Rob?
I'm doing absolutely awesome, Dave. Thanks for having me, and hello to YouTube land.
Awesome, great. And second to second.
I'm doing absolutely awesome, Dave. Thanks for having me, and hello to YouTube land.
We're getting a great. And second to second.
I'm doing.
Oh, it's you, Steve. It's you. I'm gonna take you off for a minute. We're getting feedback on the screen on your end. Justin, how are you doing, buddy?
How's it going? Pretty good.
AKA Blackadder. That's a new handle for you.
Yeah, sure is. I've
Any
been out here
reason for the change.
I love the show. That's about the only one I can think of right now.
All right. Well, welcome to the live stream, buddy. Good to have you here.
All right.
How did the live stream go on Sunday night?
It seemed to go pretty well.
Good.
We've discussed vacation movies, so if you're into that stuff, take a look.
Did you rank them out, or where did the Christmas Vacation land? I'm just curious.
I think it was similar for both of us. Mine was a little lower, and I think Thrash's was a little higher.
Yeah.
And you know what AMC was doing that night? They were doing a vacation marathon.
I didn't realize that until afterwards. Yeah.
So you were competing with the actual movies.
Yeah.
Cross-promoting.
There you go. Cross-pollination, like it. All right. Pat McCormick is here with us as well. How you doing, Pat?
I'm doing good, Dave. Hey, guys. Welcome to esteemed friends and lovers of Dave. And Dave, welcome back from your Bigfoot hunt. I'm glad you bagged that one and brought it back to Utah.
Ooh, I'm glad we didn't. Speaking of Bigfoot hunts, let's bring on the man who took me on the kind of scary trip down. It was Danny's hometown of Pelzer, South Carolina. Excuse me. And we went wandering. You know you're in trouble when you go Bigfoot hunting, and the first thing you do is drive by this cemetery that just never seems to end. But thank you, Danny. It was a pleasure.
Is he frozen?
He's frozen. Okay.
I was gonna say.
Darn it all.
More sympathetic I could not be.
Yep. All the technical issues. Now Steve's back, so let's check and see how Steve's audio issues are going. Steve Tevis, how are you, my friend?
How's it working out?
Well, much better, because there was some sort of audio delay coming from you, so sounds great. It's awesome. Good to have you here.
Good.
And thank you for dressing so festively.
Oh, well, you're welcome. Hi, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Steve.
So first things first, and when Danny comes back, we'll bring him on board. But rough week because we lost a musical, really a great talent in the world of music, in Michael Nesmith. So while this live stream was intended to have a holiday theme, so thanks for wearing the cap again, Steve. It feels like it would be wrong for us not to acknowledge the passing of Michael Nesmith, talk a little bit about the Monkees, and heck, I even changed the trivia from holiday trivia to Monkees trivia. But they'll still be, we'll still keep it as festive as we can, because I think that's important as well. But I'll just throw it out to you guys. Thoughts about Michael Nesmith?
Ready, go.
Well,
All at once, Dave?
Yeah,
I'm not going to jump in.
Maybe I better direct this. Pat, I'll start with you. Thoughts about Michael?
Oh man. Well, you know what happens is usually when you ask me about the subject matter of one of your live streams, I start going off on it, and then I end up ruining the trivia quiz. So I have to be very careful because
Don't worry about it. I don't think you can ruin the trivia quiz. Go for it. I challenge
it's ironclad.
you.
I love it. Well, I mean, I know a lot about them because I was a huge fan. And as a matter of fact, he died about 35 miles from where I'm at right now. He was kind of a local boy. At least we considered him that. And he was the different monkey, for lack of a better term, in that he was a bona fide songwriter who had actually had hits. And so he was established, which kind of made it so that he was, in a sense, really, you could just tell he wasn't into being a monkey. While at the same time, you could tell he had a great time playing with these guys, and even better, they used a good portion of his music, which was great. But he always seemed a little discontent with the fact that, what the television machine could do to somebody that was a bona fide musician like him. And so, everybody knows the stories of the back and forth between him and Don Kirshner and all of the way that they were portrayed. And of course, that was supposed to be how they were being portrayed. But you also got to remember, these were kids. These guys were really young and thrust into a really strange scenario of not actually being a band, but selling millions of records.
Yeah.
And then, well, we better be a band, and so they pulled that off. But, I will say my favorite Monkees songs were ones that Mike sang. Save for Pleasant Valley Sunday. That I just loved the way he sang. He had this pure, strong voice. And, those of you that know that I'm a guitarist, it was because of Mike Nesmith. I saw the Monkees. I saw it the same day the first time with a buddy that had an electric guitar, and it was probably the last magical day that I can explain.
Same day the first time with a buddy that had an electric guitar, and it was probably the last magical day that I can explain. Same day the first time with a buddy that had an electric guitar.
Wow.
Keep getting the feedback. So I think that one might have came from Danny. So I've muted Danny for a second, but I want to bring Danny on in a minute. Danny, when we were visiting the other day, Danny said that he got a chance to see the Monkees. When was that exactly, Danny? When did you see the Monkees?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. Could you hear me? I'm afraid we're having.
See right now, is the screen going in and out?
Yeah, I'm going to drop you, Danny. We're not. It's not working tonight. All right. Darn it all. That I feel bad. I'm going to watch it and see if his signal gets any better. We'll bring him back on board. But Danny was telling me that he got a chance to see the Monkees when they reunited, all four of them. I believe at that point it was in the 90s. They had reformed and gotten back together. So other thoughts, Steve? How about you? Were you a Monkees fan?
Yeah, I always liked the Monkees. I was like a 10-year-old kid when they hit it big, and now it's kind of known that the Wrecking Crew, the group of musicians who worked on a lot of records back in the day, they worked on everybody's records, and the same guys worked on the Monkees records. But for some reason, it was okay if the Byrds or the Mamas and the Papas used the Wrecking Crew. But for some reason, it got to be like, well, the Monkees aren't really a band. Well, they were just as much a band as Simon and Garfunkel, who also used the Wrecking Crew. So yeah. I think they were disparaged, and they were really better than what people think.
Yeah, I totally agree. The first two albums, from what I understand, were mostly studio musicians, and the guys came in and they sang. But after that, they really hunkered down, and I think Peter Tork might have played guitar on a track or two on one of the first two albums, at Mike Nesmith's request, if I remember the story.
But they were not the Partridge Family.
No, they were not. They were not. But they became accomplished musicians, and quite frankly, Nesmith probably the most accomplished. And when you think about what he did after post Monkees, a lot of folks do think of him as the reluctant monkey, but that was because it wasn't so much that he was reluctant, but that he was doing other things that were intriguing to him, that were exciting to him, that fulfilled him in a way that rehashing, and I don't want to call it a rehash, but reliving the past really wasn't going to do the trick. So I respect that. And it's kind of funny because a lot of folks say, well, particularly when during that whole MTV phase, when in the mid 80s, when they started playing the Monkees reruns on TV, and then there was an album, I think it was called Pull It, and it had the three Monkees aside from Nesmith, and it wasn't really a great album. It was a very 80s album, but a lot of folks said, well, why wasn't Mike there supportive? Well, I think he was. I think he was just kind of supportive behind the scenes, and I'm going to present this as evidence of that support. We're going to watch a quick clip. This is the first of our holiday clips, and it's not only a holiday clip, it's a Monkees clip. But watch very carefully and see if you can spot the Nesmith, because he's there, even though it doesn't look like it. Here we go, folks. Let me get to the video. Gotta scroll. Too many videos here tonight. There we go.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
So there you go. He was there even when you didn't think he was there. And I truly believe that Nesmith was there, if not front and center, in the sidelines rooting for his pals, his old buddies. Justin, I know you're the young fella here of us, and maybe your Monkees memories are a little different than ours, but do you have any memories of Michael Nesmith or the Monkees?
Well, I remember him being probably, like you're saying, the least animated monkey, especially on the TV show. I did watch the show, though, in reruns, and as soon as I could find it, I started watching all of them. I thought it was really funny. And, of course, all their songs, I did appreciate all their stuff. So, as far as him individually, not too many, except I think as Pat was saying, if I'm not mistaken, he was playing like a week before he died in concert too.
Yeah,
he had a concert like a week before, so
it wasn't. I think it might have been like a month or so, but yeah, he and Mickey have been touring as the the Monkees.
The Monkees.
That's what they are now.
Exactly, they're the Mickeys now.
But yeah, definitely, I knew he was the one who did a lot of the writing and stuff, so I had a lot of respect for him in that sense.
He was good in the drama. He was when they wanted to take the show off the comedic thing and throw in the little leave the beaver music and have someone be serious. Mike was really good at that too. So he could act. That was the other thing.
Yeah.
I always loved that. I always loved when he did that. It's pretty cool.
So, and Rob, we haven't gotten to you. Monkees memories or Mike Nesmith memories. I don't want to leave you out of this conversation.
Well, thank you. And if I go to give anything away from the trivia, please stop me too. But I kind of grew up with the Monkees. My mother always tells the story. She used to watch the show while she was giving me my bottle. And then I saw it in reruns. Even before MTV, a local TV station in my area used to show it after school. But in addition to that, I mean, he was a musician before this. He was very close friends with Mr. Zappa. I believe he produced Mr. Zappa's film 2000 Motels. And one of my favorite 80s cult movies, Repo Man, was also his.
And Time Rider. I don't know if any of you have seen Time Rider with Fred Ward.
Yes. Yes. So he was active in music, movies, and television. Sort of a jack of all trades, and right up your alley, Dave. But yes, I have many memories of him, and they're all pleasant.
Yeah. So who else? I mentioned it in my video, but I really loved a VHS film. It was one of my first rentals. It was a collection of videos by Nesmith called Elephant Parts. Does anybody else remember that?
Nuke the Neighbors.
Yeah. And there's a song he sings called Joanne, and he did a spoof of that in there called Rodan.
Right.
And there's another part in there where he has a song, and it's on YouTube. I'd recommend anyone check it out. There's a couple songs. One is Rio, great song that he wrote years ago. But my favorite was Cruisin', which is because there's this guy in there, this Hulk Hogan guy called Sunset Sam that is just this beefy macho dude, and it defies description. So I won't even try to describe it. But it's the story of two girls who are on roller skates, who skate all around L.A. and Hollywood, and their adventures with this muscly Hulk Hogan lookalike guy called Sunset Sam. The song is hilarious. That's the thing about Nesmith, is he always had his tongue planted firmly in cheek in a lot of his songs and his writing. And folks thought of him as maybe the more serious one, but he's actually his humor might have been a little more dry, but I think he was probably the most gifted one in terms of being a humorist as well.
Yeah, sophisticated for sure.
Absolutely. Look who's here.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry I'm late.
Good to have you
Good
here
to see
with
you
us.
again.
Happy holidays to you, ENC. So first off, I want to go back to a comment that John Collins said. He said, if I gave you $20 super chat, will you play the Fruit song again? John, I'll play it for free after this live stream ends, buddy. My holiday gift to you, I will play that song that, by the way, I wrote and performed, or that we wrote and performed. That's me and my brother Steve there on that song. And so it's a fun little holiday song we've sung for years in the Sunstrom family.
That's great. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I recognize your voice.
I didn't either, but that's priceless. That's priceless.
I figured it out.
Yeah. But I will definitely play that at the end of the live stream again. No charge. No charge at all.
No charge.
Charge him for Lawrence Welk. That's what you charge for.
Yeah.
Lawrence Welk.
You got to get those super chats.
I'm just noticing in the chat there are some trivia questions being given away.
Uh-oh.
So I'm not gonna. I almost clicked on one of
boy.
them, but I'm gonna have to be really careful here. In terms of what I click on. But Ian, we're talking about the Monkees. Do you have any Monkees memories? Or any particular Mike Nesmith?
I was a huge fan of the Monkees, and actually Mike Nesmith was my favorite Monkee. And I know everybody was like a Davy Jones, and of course, he was every one of them were great in their own respect. But I just, the fact that he played guitar and sang, and I play guitar and sing, and you know what I mean? I kind of identified with him a little bit more, and I think that when he was, like when they broke away from the studio writing the songs for them, he really became kind of the songwriter, and so I just identified with him a lot more. I think he was. Him and Peter Tork were both already musicians, and the other two kind of learned as they went along. And I don't know. I just really liked him a lot, and I liked what he did after the Monkees, and I liked what he did for the Monkees when they broke away from that. You've got to play these songs. These are the songs we wrote for you, and you must play them. And so I was really sad to see that he left, that he passed on. So anyway, I don't know. Was that enough?
That is enough. Here's an interesting little bit of trivia, and I don't believe it's in the trivia. I believe Don Kirshner was so heavily involved in the Monkees at the beginning, particularly in song selection, all that kind of stuff. And one of the songs that he kept throwing at the Monkees that Nesmith absolutely, no, we're not going to sing this song, was Sugar Sugar by the Arch, which later on became a big hit for the Archies. So, that was a song they could have had, but they just felt it was, for whatever reason, they didn't want to perform that, Nesmith in particular.
Right. And the Archies was created. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't want to give anything away, but I mean, basically, it was just like this guy was like, I'm going to make a band that will never tell me no. I mean, it's going to be a cartoon band, but.
Well, I think that's what they thought they were creating with the Monkees, too. Problem is, the guys had other plans. Yeah. And ultimately, they wanted to be more than just four actors playing musicians on a television show. Let's do this. Let's do another clip. This one's not holiday related, but it's monkey related, and I think it's just kind of gives a spirit of a vibe of the zaniness that went on during that first iteration of the Monkees in our late 60s when they were on network television.
It's going to be a rice day, starting with Kellogg's Rice Krispies. Ricey bubbles so crisp and golden, sweet so soft and act so nourishing. It's going to be a rice day, starting with Kellogg's Rice Krispies.
The Monkees, brought to you by Kellogg's. K-E-double-L, oh, double good. Kellogg's, best to you.
These two average gentlemen have just concluded a test, and they're going to tell us now which cereal they prefer. Our beloved sponsor's product, Kellogg's Rice Krispies, that snap, crackle, and pop cereal with a fresh, crisp, cool goodness, or the inferior product, Brand X.
Brand X.
Mike, the brand one. Proof once again that Kellogg's Rice Krispies not only gets your cereal bowls whiter, but cleaner and brighter as well.
Here come the Monkees. Mickey, David, Mike, Peter.
I'm going to stop it there because I just realized I'm giving away a trivia question. So, But I love that. I love that little clip where they pick Brand X, and then Mickey's like, Mike. Too much fun. The Monkees were great. They are great. That's the great thing, right, about what they did and what they, Mickey's still with us, so I hate to use past tense completely, but, they've left us with some great gifts in terms of wonderful music, both from the Monkees as well as their solo careers, in particular Mike Nesmith. Like Joanne's one of my favorite songs by him, and just like I said, he definitely left an impression on me, even as a younger teenager, watching things like Elephant Parts, and prior to that, I just thought he was this goofy dude for me, it was Saturday morning TV, because what happened was after it played on NBC on prime time, they reran those Monkees shows for a good part of a decade. First, I think they went to CBS, and then they went to ABC for a season or two, and on Saturday morning. So, as I was watching it, it was in reruns, and it was Saturday morning TV. And I'll just stop there. I've run out of things to say, which is probably anything. Anybody else want to put a bow on this one, or should we move on?
Well,
Oh wait, I've got Ian on mute. Hang on a second. Ian's talking. I can't unmute you, Ian. Let me see. Hang on.
That was me.
There you go.
So, the Monkees was a band that got popular twice. They were popular back when they were the Monkees, but of course I was way too young to know about them when they were out. I wasn't even born. But in the '80s, they had this resurgence of popularity again because their TV show was rebroadcast on, I think it was on MTV or something like that. I hope I'm not giving anything away. It was, but that's when I got into them, was when they rebroadcast on MTV. And we just used to laugh. My friends and I would watch that. We'd come home after school and watch that. It was just the best. And then there was that terrible, awful the new Monkees. That tragedy. Did any of you guys see that one? The new Monkees?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
I never saw
I
it.
tried to get through an episode, didn't quite make it.
we had all the hopes in the world that it was going to be good, but it just wasn't. It was horrible.
Lightning in a bottle. Sometimes you just can't recreate those things, right?
Right. And one last thing. I don't know if you've seen, there was a sketch comedy show by Ben Stiller before he got super popular, and he had a parody of the Monkey called The Grungies. And you can just watch that. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
Hysterical, it really is.
That sounds funny.
Yeah.
All right. That seems like an appropriate bow. Let's do this. Let's take care of some commercial. We got to take care of our sponsors. We'll come back from our sponsors, and let's do this. Before we do trivia, let's give away a subscription to Remind Magazine. So first commercials, then we'll give away a subscription to Remind Magazine. Be right back.
Hi, how are you again?
I have some last-minute gift problems.
Don't worry. Hickory Farms has over 100 gift packs. Gifts with mild cheddar cheese, smoky bar cheese. We are the super cheese market.
Yes, but
and Hickory Farms specialties like beef stick and sweet hot mustard.
Look, I'll just put myself in your hands.
Okay. Let's see. It's 14 elves.
Mm-hmm.
How many reindeer?
Well, there's Dasher and Dancer and Prancer.
Atari would like to thank you for taking us into your homes. We wish you all a happy holiday.
If anybody loves trains, it's me, Johnny Cash. You know, if your boy's under 10 like mine is, he needs a big Lionel like this Black River Freight. Lionel also makes HO gauge trains for older kids, like this Burlington 181. But for smaller hands, the big Lionel is easier to handle and put on the track. This Christmas, get your boy a train that's built for the way young boys play. A big, rugged Lionel. Lionel, the big train for small hands.
Mattel Electronics is offering a big Christmas bonus on its electronic games. You can get cash rebates by mail from $2 up to $12 using these coupons when you buy qualifying electronic games and a Pepsi-Cola product. Get details and coupons at the toy, electronic, and food stores featuring these Mattel Electronics and Pepsi-Cola displays. And score a cash Christmas bonus from Mattel Electronics.
All right. Let's do this. Let me switch over to this screen here. Let's see. All right. Here's what I need to see in the chat. We need folks to put in hashtag please. Hashtag please. Let me zoom in on this so people can see it a little better. just like it's typed right there. Hashtag please in the chat. And I'll wait. We'll go about 60 seconds. But what we're giving away tonight is a full 1-year subscription to Remind Magazine. What is Remind Magazine, you ask? Well, it's only Dave Sundstrom's favorite magazine. Here we go right here. There's a picture of Remind Magazine. Remind Magazine focuses on nostalgia just the way that I do. Music, movies, television from decades gone by. And in addition to great articles, they have a time capsule feature, which I love. Every magazine, each issue focuses on a particular year. There's retro TV listings, so they have listings for things like Turner Classic Movies and other networks. There's lots of puzzles and games, trivia, which of course I enjoy. Just a great magazine, and they have graciously offered to, for the next few months, give away a subscription each month to the magazine to one lucky member that attends the live stream. So I'm waiting to see. I'm getting a lot of pleases in here, so I'm going to give folks about. What do you think, Thrash? What do you think? Should we give them 30 seconds more?
I think that's reasonable enough. Yes, 30 more seconds.
Okay.
Well, now 25. Well, now 24.
Yeah. While we're doing that, it looks like we got the first super chat of the night. We had a new member join earlier, but the first super chat coming from Dan Campbell, who's asking,
way to go, Dan.
Yeah, did we ever do a segment on any of the Dark Shadows cast? You know, I've done a video on Dark Shadows, the show as a whole. It's a show that gave me nightmares. My mom liked to watch it, though. So I did catch an episode or two with her, but I haven't covered it, and I should probably. So it's a great suggestion, and you know what? Happy holidays to you, Dan. I certainly appreciate the support in the form of the super chat. And let me quickly throw a little. Let's do a little thing. Let's do a little Gomer.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dan. Truly appreciated. And I will actually make note of that. And Jonathan Fridd is who I immediately think of. But you know what? There's other folks that could be spotlighted as well. All right. So I think we've got enough folks in the chat who have put hashtag please. Give them folks another 5 seconds or so, but I'm about ready to start. We've got 26 entries.
Awesome.
Wow.
Let's pull the trigger. Let's see what happens. Okay. Nice sound effect.
That's pretty good.
Kristen is our winner. Wow.
All right.
Congratulations. Congratulations,
Good job.
Kristen.
All right, here's the deal, Kristen.
winner.
I am going to put in the chat the first part of my email address. I just put it in there at 7:07 p.m. Add this. If you add those two together, you will, if you could just send me that, your address, your full name and address to that email address that I sent to you at two parts. Both of them, I think, around at 7:07 on the chat. So you might have to scroll back to find it and put it together. But I am happy to forward your name and address to the good people at Remind Magazine, and they'll take care of you and get you that year's subscription. I think you're really going to enjoy the magazine. It's my favorite. I look forward to it each and every month. As a matter of fact, I was able to. I got the January issue, even though I haven't done anything on the January issue on the channel itself. I have the January issue, and I'll be spotlighting that probably in a week or so. But Partridge Family's on the cover. Just a great issue. 1972 is the year they focus on. You're going to love it. You're going to love the magazine. I also, let me go here. I'm going to go full screen for a minute, fellers. I have to say thank you to my friend Danny Staten, who I did go visit, who took me on an amazing Bigfoot hunt. And we stayed in the car, though. It was late at night. It was dark. We drove past this huge cemetery. I wasn't getting out of the vehicle. No way, no how. But it was so much fun to see his hometown of Pelzer, South Carolina, see some of the areas where he goes and does his hunting, and just visit with Danny and get to know him a little bit. He's a great feller. But I also wanted to say thank you. This arrived in my mail the other day. And look at this treasure. This is... these aren't copies. These signatures are not copies. This is a picture from the Return to Mayberry movie, and there are signatures from every single member that's pictured there. Just so cool. Something that I'm definitely going to treasure, and I wanted to make sure that I acknowledged that and said thank you to Danny for that kind and thoughtful gift. So thank you, Mr. Staten. Truly appreciated. All right, fellers. What do you think? Should we play some monkey trivia? You guys up for that?
Oh, I'm always up for trivia.
Sounds good.
Let's see how we do. Oh, wait. Hang on a second. We've got one more super chat we want to cover. It's from John Collins.
John Collins.
He was threatening that $20 chat either. Earlier, I told him he didn't have to do it.
John,
yeah,
don't
but
do it.
Awesome, John.
You know what I'm going to do when John throws down a $20 super chat? It's coming your way, my friend. It's coming. The question is, do you want a little holiday Lawrence Welk, or do you want the traditional?
No,
both. Both.
Okay, let me see what I have at the ready. Oh, look at this.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
All right. Poor Pat. No one can see Pat. Hang on a second. Let's get Pat back on the screen. There you go. Put him right to sleep.
It wasn't even Lauren Welk.
Yeah, come on, Pat.
Well, hey, how did I get here? Oh, jeez. It's me.
Yeah,
now I remember.
That was Lawrence Welk. It was just not Lawrence Welk singing at the time, but that's from the show. It's
right.
From the 68, I think. Christmas special, the holiday special. But you know what, John? Thanks so much for the super chat.
Yeah,
truly
thanks, John.
appreciated. Truly
You're the best.
appreciated. Here's the deal: while we were waiting we did get a little a super sticker. Let me see if I can track that down from Sparky. It says 3 years old in '66. Monkees was his favorite show. Let me throw a little thank you his way as well.
Much better.
Yes.
I prefer that one too.
Ginger
Play it again.
Grant. Why not? Hey, thanks for your support, Sparky. Truly appreciated. Let's do this. I think we're good here. Kevin Davis says no Welk, no Welk, please no Welk. And then I like this. You must embrace the Welk, Pat. You must embrace the Welk.
I've been trying and trying.
All's well that ends well.
Trying and trying.
You sound like Dracula, Pat.
Well, he's from Romania, I think.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere in those backwoods, East Europe.
Yes, that's
East
right.
Europe
He was a
backwoods.
Jared Hall.
Yeah, that was him.
All right, let's do this. Let's get rolling on some Monkees trivia. We're already 45 minutes in. It feels like we just started. I tell you, these things are so much fun for me. We will. I think we can get 100% between the five of you. I have no doubt in our ability to get 100%, all 10 of these right. But let's see how we do. But we've had a couple more super chats come in. I've got to address them. I want to make sure I don't miss them. First one comes from Kristen. Kristen, holy cow. That's too kind of you. Hopefully you were able to get my email address. It's at 707. They're in two parts. Send me your name and address for that Remind magazine. You're very welcome, Kristen. Let me find something for you. Here we go. One of my favorites.
Well, isn't that special?
Best Monkees song. Well, let's throw this out there real quick. Best Monkees song for me. I'm going to go with a classic, one that's common, Daydream Believer, but I'd love to hear what you guys think of in terms of favorite Monkees songs. Paul's his last train to Clarksville. Thrash, favorite Monkees song.
Oh, that's a tall order. Daydream Believer was certainly up there. I loved Last Train to Clarksville. But I would have to give it narrowly to a Daydream Believer. It's just too catchy.
Justin.
Although, you know what? I'm a Believer was also there as well.
Justin.
I have a couple of choices. I think was Pleasant Valley Sunday their song?
Yes,
they did a version of that, but they also have that funny one called "Gonna Buy Me a Dog" that was really funny. I can listen to that the whole day.
Yeah.
Pat.
Now I can't get that song out of my head. I'm going to buy me a dog because I need a friend now. Right? That was it. Pleasant Valley Sunday, hands down, the best. Yeah. Glenn Campbell on guitar. Holy smokes.
Yeah,
that song kills. Lyrics, melody, riff, 100%.
Steve.
I'll be different and say Auntie Griselda.
Okay.
Wow. You're doing deep cuts there, Steve.
Yeah, deep cuts.
Painful deep cuts.
I love it. I love it, though. I love it. Ian.
Take the last train to Clarksville and I'll meet you at the station.
Copyright.
Yeah,
that's the one.
If you get
right
this
there.
whole thing demonetized, my friend, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, I like that song. I think it had a real pop sensibility without being overly poppy, and I could just picture your favorite band, Dave, Nirvana, doing a remake of that song. I'm just kidding with you. Somebody dropped that already.
You know what? I can see Dave Grohl doing a remake of that song. Dave Grohl does all sorts of stuff.
Hey, Smells Like Teen Spirit is the drum beat from Mary Mary, just in case you didn't know.
There you go.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I really felt like that song could have been, like one of those songs that a real alternative rock band would have, like a Dave Grohl, like, somebody like that could have remade that song and it would have just been gold. But I loved it when the Monkees did it too, but it just that pop sensibility about it and that punky kind of punch to it was real good.
Yeah.
Paul, thank you for the support. Here, let me throw a little.
Our special.
Thanks for the support, Paul. Really appreciate it. I've got a couple more I need to address really quick here. We got Dominic D with a super sticker, so let's see if we can't just throw a little bit of Duke's Dominic's way. Thank you, Dominic D. And was there more here? There was. Tracy Rothmeyer's. Oh, I definitely will get some Diet Coke with that. Happy holidays to you, Tracy. Truly appreciate the support. Let's pull Adam West, and then we'll do a little Steve Martin as well.
Thank you. 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 Thank you.
Okay. It's time for a little dance, and here we go.
Thanks so much, Tracy. Truly appreciated. Interesting comment from John H. says that Jon Stewart wrote Daydream Believer as a jokey version of his song. Yeah, there's an original version out there that's very different, not as wholesome in all of its lyrics. Good point. Thanks for sharing, John. Let's see. There was one other super chat. Was there another one there, or is that it? I think that might be it. Okay, I think we're good to get rolling on trivia. All right. First question, fellers. Let's see how we do. Davy Jones appeared on what classic TV show? This is post Monkees, by the way. Was it was it Andy Griffith, Brady Bunch, Gilligan's Island, or Partridge Family? And we'll start with Justin, but you can pass if you don't know, Justin. And don't answer yet. Let's give folks a few seconds to answer in the chat.
Okay. I'm feeling I got the easy one.
I tried to start easy. I'm trying to wean people into this, and they do get more difficult. But you know what? It turns out I think we all know a lot of Monkees trivia. I think we really do. It just, once you think about it, it's like, oh yeah, I knew that. What's the answer, Justin?
Well, Marcia and Davy on the Brady Bunch, of course.
Of course.
Right on, brother.
All right, we're 1 of 1. When we get to the third one, I'll check scores on everybody. Question number 2 is, this one's a tough one. How much did each member of the Monkees make per episode during the first season of the show? Aren't you glad you didn't get this one, Justin?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Your choices are $450, $950, $2,500, or the interesting sum of $4,050 per episode. 1966 money, by the way. You got to think about that a little bit. 1966 money. So we'll give folks about 10 or so more seconds. I see a lot of answers. It's, you know what makes this warms my heart. It warms my holiday heart to see all sorts of answers in there, meaning that this is a tough question. And this is where we kind of separate, the wheat from the chaff? Is that how you say that? But this is where some folks won't get this one right. And it's up to you, Pat, but you can, if you choose, phone a friend.
I don't think I'll do that. I think I got it. But
okay.
There is the aspect that Mike did have songs in the first season.
Oh, he did.
So, I think
this is just what they paid for the appearing in each
acting.
Episode.
Okay,
Yep,
I'm going to say 450. I'm going to say 450, adjusting for inflation, of course. Yeah,
450 is
I'm
correct.
Right.
Good job.
Wow.
You are probably right. You are definitely right. Good job.
That is shocking.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, not a ton in terms of what they were paid for that first season. Even once you incorporate inflation, they really they were getting paid on the lower end of things for their work during that first season. I'm sure they made up for it when they renegotiated contracts in the second season. I don't know what that amount was, but I'm sure they made up for that. All right, question number 3. Which Batman villain makes a very brief cameo appearance on the Monkees TV show? Is it Catwoman, Joker, Penguin, or Riddler? All right, and hold off, Steve. This will be yours, but again, feel free to pass or phone a friend. Either way, if
Pass.
you're not sure.
Oh
Pass,
no!
pass, pass.
Oh.
I have no idea.
Ian, it's okay. Are you passing then?
Well, I can.
Well, no. If you don't know, don't ruin our perfect score.
No guessing.
I've got to pass. I have no idea.
No guessing allowed.
Robert, it's to you.
All I can do is make an educated guess, so I too am going to pass.
Okay, Justin, it's back to you.
Can you pass if you have 4 whammies? Or what?
Yeah, you can keep passing because I know Pat knows the answer.
Yeah, I'm going to pass, I think, too.
All right, folks.
I was right! Holy cow!
I would have been wrong. I would have ruined it.
It was a guess, though.
Lots of folks said Catwoman, and that's because Julie Newmar did make an appearance on the show, but it was not as Catwoman. Whereas Burgess Meredith's very brief cameo was definitely the Penguin.
Yep. That was his line, too. Of course. That was so cool.
All right, let's see how folks are doing real quick here. Let's see. Oh, but I got a picture here. There he is. Okay.
Oh.
Superplex, 3 of 3. Terrell, 2 of 3. Paul Rotter, 3 of 3. Tracy Rothmeyer, superfan Tracy Rothmeyers, and that was superfan Superplex, I should have said, is 3 of 3. John H. is 2 of 3. Kevin Davis, 2 of 3. Superfan Elf Dog 100, 2 of 3. Superfan Jill Carter. Oops, that's just her answer. Let me go here. Emily Miller, 3 of 3. Jay Aldridge, 3 of 3. Mary Ann, 2 of 3. Nick Mamonis, 2 of 3. Karen Lester, 2 of 3. Daryl Johnston, 2 of 3. Hungry Jerk. Tom McCluskey, 2 of 3. Lamont Bradford, 1 of 3. Todd McCreary, 1 of 3. Superfan Georgia Ayers, 2 of 3. Superfan Lisa Fields, 3 of 3. Jill Carter, superfan Jill Carter, 2 of 3. Richard Brooks, 2 of 3. Do you remember the name of that episode? I can't remember what the title of that episode was. I don't.
Oh, boy. No.
Yeah, I'm sure we could find it on Google, but don't know right now. Sorry. 3 of 3. Kimberly Wiederhold is 3 of 3. Unbelievable. I believed. You know what? I believe in you, Kimberly. I think you can do 10 of 10. Drew Knight, 2 of 3. Kevin Davis, 2 of 3. Billy Steelers, fan forever, 2 of 3. McGanahan, Sky Jellyfetty's 2 of 3. Custom God is 1 of 3. Dark Lord Ojeda. Dark Lord Ojeda, 1 of 3. Superfan John Collins, 3 of 3. 1 of 3 for Mr. Led. He says, hi, Pat. Willowfin BT, 1 of 3. Jerry Gillespie, 2 of 3. TJ 921 Abel, 1 of 3. Mile High, 1 of 3. This is, I guess it's harder than I thought it was going to be. Dominic D, 3 of 3. Denise Richardson, 1 of 3. Tanya Eheman, 1 of 3. I think that's good. I think we've got everybody here. Let's keep moving. All right. Question 4. We worked our way all the way down to Pat. So we'll go to Steve with this one.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
The only way that the Monkees would agree to do a 3rd season of their television show, it wasn't just canceled because of low ratings. They actually wanted to do a 3rd. The network wanted a 3rd season from the Monkees, but the boys had some demands. And they said that the only way they would do it was if, and here are your choices, it was in black and white, it was a drama instead of a comedy, each band member could direct the episodes, or it was a variety show. You feel free to pass if you don't know it, but if you think you know the answer, go for it.
No, I can make an educated guess, but I'm going to pass.
Okay. Ian?
I'm gonna go. Each band member could direct the episode. This reason, of course, black and white. That's just kind of weird. It was a drama instead of a comedy. They were cut ups on the show. They had a hard time having them not, just be cut
Yeah.
ups and tell jokes all the time.
Yeah.
And it was a variety show. Doesn't sound like the Monkees. It's so I think that maybe
Feeling good
as
with process
artists,
of elimination?
I think as artists, they probably wanted to do, like, hey, I want to direct an episode. I
Yeah.
think I can do that. So I'm gonna go with C or number 3.
Okay. I think most people have put in their answers in the chat, those that are going to. Of course, you can just lock them in your head as well. The correct answer is they wanted the show to be a variety show.
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know that.
I tried to signal you.
Seppuku.
Yeah, what they thought that would be fun would be for them to, bring on other artists too and spotlight other artists.
Wow.
Pat, you showing off your Remind magazine, my friend?
I was going to say, Ian, you do not win your subscription. Sorry.
No, not this week. Not this week.
I messed up the perfect score.
This is where I've been getting all my answers. All the answers are right here. Where do you think Dave gets his answers? I'm telling you.
That's okay, though. That is okay, Ian. You know what? We don't always get a perfect score. That's just the way life works, right?
I know.
We're shooting for 9 of 10 now. All right, and that takes the pressure off everybody else too. I think everybody's feeling kind of pressure. So you really did us all a huge favor.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you, Ian.
There are worse things in the world.
All right, here we go. And it is, so Ian answered that one, so we'll go down to Thrash for this one. Which member of the Monkees appeared on the same Ed Sullivan show when the Beatles debuted?
That was a bad slot to have.
That's a layup. That's easy.
And your choices are Davy Jones, Mike Nesmith, Mickey Dolenz, or Peter Tork. Any of the original Monkees.
Any of the Monkees.
That
Any
narrows it
one of
down.
those.
Well, that narrows it down. You gave me a hint, didn't you?
Did they? Can I ask a clarifying question?
Yeah, you sure may.
Did they appear as an act?
They did not appear as a musical act. This individual appeared
only
as
one.
the Artful Dodger in a piece of Olive from the musical Oliver that was being featured on the show.
That's a pretty big clue.
Yeah, it is. It kind of helps, I think, a little
That's a
bit.
giveaway. That's what it is.
May I? Yes. I'm going to have to go with the original Artful Dodger was, of course, Davy Jones. A.
Boom. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, here's a little follow-up trivia. Do you know who succeeded him after he retired from the Artful Dodger?
No.
Jack Wilde.
It was
H.R.
Jack
Puff and
Wilde.
stuff.
Yep. And he was the Artful Dodger in the movie version, right?
Yeah, in the 1968 version, was it? The film?
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Yep. Awesome. Awesome. We'll do one more and then we'll get scores.
Super.
What is the name of the Monkees feature film? Was it Brain, Bread, Head, or Heart? Justin, it's your turn. Feel free to take it, phone a
Okay.
friend, or pass.
Well, I believe the other three that I'm not picking are bands, so I'm going to go with Head.
Correct answer. Correct answer. Hopefully, folks had time to lock that one in the. We went quickly
I
on
got
that
it.
one.
I got it.
That was the trailer that we were starting to watch when I cut it off. Was the trailer for the movie Head, which was, by the way, here's a little bit of bonus trivia. I'll throw this out for everybody in the chat. This is a chance for a bonus point, and it's a chance for us to get back up to 10. If any of you know the answer to this question, any of my esteemed panelists, but who wrote the screenplay to Head while
Jack
on
Nicholson.
acid?
Jack
At least that's the rumor, that he was on acid
Jack
while he
Nicholson.
was writing the screenplay.
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson.
Hey, we need to
You
get
didn't raise your
folks
hand.
Nicholson. Nicholson is the correct answer.
You
Yes.
talking to me?
Really?
Don't be
Yes.
giving me the answers. I'm on a panel here. I don't be feeding me answers. Okay, thank you. The health these days.
Yeah, Nicholson was apparently they hung out a lot with Nicholson during those days, and there was another guy there too, and I'm drawing a blank on his name. A director. He directed a couple Lionel Richie videos in the late '80s.
Oh no!
Oh, he's at the top of my list.
Roman Polanski?
No.
Good guess.
Yeah.
Good guess.
Francis Ford Coppola. That was it. No.
Not that either. Darn it.
Albert Hitchcock. No.
No. I'll think of it later.
George Roy Hill.
There were a lot of people that they hung out with back in the day, and Nicholson was one of them. And I have not seen, I will confess to have never seen the movie Ed. I've heard it's a complete trip, and it's a very non-linear movie and somewhat difficult to follow. Have any of you guys ever seen Ed?
AKA, it sucks.
Yeah.
What Pat
it's
said,
hard to
it's
take.
not good, I'm afraid. I wanted to love it, and I could not. But
Yeah, terrible.
it has some funny parts, but no.
There you go.
Was it better than the new Monkees or worse than the new Monkees?
It was better than the new Monkees.
Could be.
You know what? Maybe even the new Monkees might have had, from what it sounds like, at least the new Monkees were linear, right? Scene A went to scene B and scene C. So, all right, let's get some scores, folks. Give me your scores. Let's see how everybody's doing. This will be the last time I look at scores before we get to the end of the trivia. But Superfan Jill Carter is 6 of 6. Bob Raffleson was the director. That's what I was trying to think of. He directed Dancing on the Ceiling with Lionel Richie. Bob Raffleson. Leave it to Terrell Bellinger to know the answer to that question. Good job, Terrell. Thank you for the help. John H., 5 of 6. Richard Brooks, 4 of 6. Only 257, 2 of 6. Karen Lester, 4 of 6. Superfan Georgia Ayers, 4 of 6. Superfan Elf Dog, 100, 4 of 6. Ron Stewart, 2 of 5. Look at this. Tracy Rothmeyers knocking it out of the park tonight. Superfan Tracy Rothmeyer, 6 of 6. Marianne Lockwood, 5 of 6. Superfan Lisa Fields, 5 of 6. Todd McCreary, 4 of 6. GR, 4 of 6. Miles High, 3 of 6. Superfan Superplex, 5 of 6. Emily Miller, 5 of 6. Lots of folks getting great scores. Good job, Emily. Custom God, 3 of 6. Jerry Gillespie, 4 of 6. Kevin Davis, 6 of 6. There's another person who knows his Monkees trivia. BK on the air. Hey, our friend BK on the air is with us, folks. Saturday mornings. He's got an awesome radio show, and he has every once in a while someone from our panel shows up on that. Is that correct?
Every week, baby. Every episode for the last 2 years.
Oh, really?
I love Barry. I love you, Barry. I see you out there. But 3 of 6 on this quiz is I'm not going to let you get away from. Just so you know. I'll be bugging you for that for years.
Barry King, right?
Barry King, yeah.
Barry King, and his radio show is in. If you don't catch it live, it's in podcast form. So I'd recommend looking it up because he talks about the good stuff too. That's what he talks about. And that's why he brings Pat on. Pat covers little snippets of just like he does with his videos, and it's great it's been fun to hear Pat pop into that show every now and again.
It's WBHF, by the way, and you can catch it on your TuneIn app, and it's every Saturday morning from 7 to 10 Pacific time. That's what I go by, even though he's in Georgia. He'll say 10 to 12, Pat, or more like 10 to 12, Pat. Wait, not really like that. Was that in Alabama? No. Oh, he's just going to kill me for that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Good play.
Jay Aldridge was 5 of 6. Drew Knight, 5 of 6. Denise Richardson, 3 of 6. Hungry Jerk, Tom McCluskey is 4 of 6. Superfan John Collins, 6 of 7. Getting that bonus point. Good job, John. McGanahan Sky. So you're 6 of 6, by the way. Daryl McGanahan Sky Jellyfed, he's 4 of 6. Daryl Johnston's 4 of 6. Terrell Bellinger, 5 of 6. John C. Bojemski is 2 of 6. Superfan Jill Carter, 6 of 7. 6 of 6 then, because that was a bonus point. McGinnihan Scally Jellyfetti, 5 of 7 or 5 of 6. Zuperplex, 5 of 6. We're not excluding the Nicholson question. If you got it right, you're 6 of 6. Paul Rotter, 5 of 6. And Tanya Ehrman, 4 of 6. I'm not doing well with that name. I'm sorry, Tanya. And Mr. Led, 4 of 6. He says, hi, Ian.
Hi, everyone. A lot of people
All
said
right.
hi to me. A lot of people said hi, and I just wanted to say hi to all of you.
That's right. It's great to have, you know what? Ian did this to me tonight. Like just a couple hours before the live stream was to start. He has the nerve to text me and tell me he's not going to show up to my only live stream this month.
I
You know,
know.
I'm going to have a live stream for my super fans later on after Christmas, but this is it. This is the holiday live stream. And he told me he wasn't showing up. And I tried to be cool about it. I'm like, oh, it's cool. It's cool, Ian. It's my fault. I didn't give you enough notice, all this kind of stuff. But I was weeping on the inside. The thought that you were going to be there, to hang out with me on my live stream. So I'm so glad you were able to, even if it was a bit late, so glad you're able to be with us, Ian.
I'm glad too. I was sad too, but I was doing an interview with the Metal Tavern. That's a podcast, and we had tried to have some problems working out a time, and I really thought that you weren't going to be having one, so I scheduled it, and then we had already rescheduled it, so I'm like, I can't change it now because they already rescheduled for me. So, but I got home early, and they were like, hey, we're available now, so I was able to do it before, and not be too late.
Well, good. I'm glad you were here, and I'm just reading the chat. I'm glad that things worked out to the point where you could be there for us, Ian. Tanya says I'm saying the name right, Ian. So good, awesome. Let's keep rolling. We've got 3 more questions. Folks are doing well, and we are now with our bonus point that Pat got for us by saying Nicholson. We're now 6 of 6, and back in 100% territory. Let's see how we do now.
Thanks for saving us, Pat.
What kind of vehicle was the Monkey Mobile?
Gosh.
Was it a Chevy Camaro? We saw the Monkey Mobile, by the way. It was right there when I showed the little monkey clips on the Kellogg's commercial. Was it a Chevy Camaro, a Dodge Charger, a Ford Mustang, or a Pontiac GTO? I'm not sure whose turn it is. We're going to wait a second anyway to give folks a chance to answer. It does look like the chat, they're all over this one. Let me see where we're at. Let's see. It's up I think it's your turn, Steve, if you want to handle this one.
Well, Dave, I'm not 100%. Should I pass or?
Well, I think Ian's shown that we can take an educated guess, and you know
And
what,
fail.
even when we're wrong, we're okay with that.
It wasn't a Camaro and it wasn't a Mustang.
Okay, so now we're down to Charger or
Yeah.
Pontiac GTO.
So I'm gonna go with the Pontiac GTO.
You went correctly. Thank you, Steve.
All right.
Good job. Thanks for keeping us on track. And that's a good multiple choice question, by the way. I truly believe is one that you can whittle down to 2, but then it gets hard. So, well done. Well
Ford
done.
Pinto. That was funny.
Oh, yeah. Ford Pinto would have been a good one. All right. Question number, is this 8 or 9? Anyway,
8.
Michael Nesmith's mother. Michael was already, I think he was already, there was money in the family. And that's because his mother had invented a very, very famous product. Now, the choices here are bubble wrap, correction fluid, the lava lamp, or Post-it notes. It's your turn, Ian.
Yes.
How do you feel? Let's give folks a second or two to answer.
Oh.
But there was, this was pretty big. This was big stuff for its time. And,
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So it sounds like you know the answer to this one. Let's give folks about 10 more seconds, and we'll let you answer this one. But I always thought it was cool that Mom had invented something. It wasn't it wasn't Dad that had invented. It was Mom that went out and invented this, and really kind of, because of that, the family was set for life, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
What's the answer, Ian?
It was correction fluid, or more commonly known as whiteout. And this was the reason, or at least one of the reasons, why he did not get back on board in the 80s with the reunion shows. He didn't need the money.
Yeah.
And later, obviously, he got back on board with it. And I don't know if it was more of an artistic thing or if he needed the money or whatever. But and you know, in the 80s, back when they got repopular again because the TV show is being rebroadcast on MTV, the three of them got back together again, and they wanted Mike, but Mike was just not interested. He just didn't really need to do it. So fortunately for him, he had the money, but unfortunately for the Monkees, they weren't on that. He wasn't on that reunion tour.
He wasn't there on the tour, and he didn't record the album. And you missed this part of the conversation, but he did actually. There were moments when he was there. He actually made an appearance on MTV with the band. We actually showed that earlier, but. You're right. He did, and I think we talked a little bit too earlier, Ian, about him just being kind of like the reluctant Monkee a little bit, and I don't think it was necessarily anything to do with, really with, how much money he'd amassed, whether it was through his mother's incredible invention or anything else, but rather that he was just his career was moving in a direction where he was really satisfied with it by the mid '80s, and it wasn't that he didn't want to be supportive of his colleagues, of Mickey, Davey, and Pete, but it wasn't something he necessarily wanted to do full time the way they were kind of jumping on board and taking advantage of the momentum that MTV was creating. But yeah, absolutely. Certainly, and I believe the actual product, because Nesmith did a commercial, and I think it was internationally. I don't think it ever aired here in the U.S., but Nesmith did a commercial for the product that his mother invented. It was the liquid paper brand was the one that was the product that she had invented, and as it was marketed as such. You're right. There were, I think later on there was another one that was called Whiteout that was basically the same exact thing.
Well, and you know what he said that made the product really fly off the shelves more than just what it did? Was because his mother designed it to mimic nail polish, and that most women are the ones that are going to be using it. She made it for a woman to use, and that is what made it explode.
Genius, right? Genius.
Exactly.
All right, let's keep moving. Question 9. According to Gene Roddenberry, which Star Trek character was modeled after Davy Jones?
This is tricky. I'm not much of a Star Trek fan.
Don't answer the question yet, Thrash.
No, I'm not going to. I'm just showboating right now, Dave.
I sense that you're feeling semi-confident in this one.
He's thinking out loud.
No, I'll give everyone else a chance to catch in, but I'll have to mull it over. Let's see.
So your choices. Let me tell you your choices.
Oh, yes.
Chekhov, Kirk, Scotty, or Sulu.
That's all?
Yep.
Well, I'll have to pick from one of those.
Here's the thing. As you give the answer, here, Mr. Confident Smarty Pants, as you give the answer, I want you to give the answer with the character's first name.
Oh. Well,
and his brother.
If you insist.
and the name of his brother, too. Yeah.
And his shoe size.
I will answer thusly, in the worst Russian accent possible. It was Pavel Chekhov. Ensign Pavel Chekhov. And his brother was Pyotr. Although he had no brother. He was an only child. He invented... Yeah.
Atta boy, Bob. Atta boy.
Do we accept that answer, by the way? Or?
I will accept Pavel. I would not have accepted James, Montgomery, or Hikaru.
Now who's showing off?
Yeah.
Right.
I know, really.
Okay, so here's Walter Koenig, right? His son starred in, was a guest, well, he was a recurring character on what 80s sitcom?
Oh, I know.
Whose son? Go for it.
Whose son?
Walter Koenig's son.
Walter Koenig's son. He was a guest, had a recurring character. He was the character Boner on Growing Pains.
I just wanted someone to say boner on my
Say,
life.
I knew what you wanted me to say.
That's a very sad story about that guy, though. Really.
It is.
Oh.
It is.
Does it have anything
Yes,
to do
it
with the
is.
fact
God
that they
rest.
called him Boner?
No.
No, that would have been a good thing in this case, but
That was it was a suicide, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And but I think the last thing I ever saw him in, Walter's son, and I'm trying to remember his first name. I can't remember. But did anybody see that Batman fan film that was the Batman Dead End? Check it out. Go to YouTube and type in Batman Dead End. And it was one of the first Batman fan films. It was in the 90s. Very, very well done. It's a kind of a Batman meets Predator of all things. But it starts out with him chasing the Joker, and it's Koenig's son who plays the Joker, and he does a great job in it. So, if you want to see Andrew Koenig, thank you very much for those folks that helped me out there. Who was also Boner on Growing Pains. So, nicely done. Let's keep moving. Chekhov was the correct answer there. Let me go back there.
Before history rolls over it.
There we go. Chekhov's the right answer. Pavel, yeah.
Pavel Chekhov.
Okay, last question. It's going to you, Justin. So let's see how you feel about this. Which member of the band has a daughter who became a TV and movie star during the 80s and 90s? So don't answer yet. If you know the answer, don't answer. Let's give folks a chance. If anybody's been watching my videos, if they've been getting my videos fed to them in their stream or on their YouTube homepage, they'll probably know the answer to this one as well, because I did a profile on this not so young lady anymore, but I'll always think of her as a young lady just because that's when she was kind of hit her heyday with Hollywood. But was she the daughter of Davy Jones, Michael Nesmith, Mickey Dolenz, or Peter Tork? Justin, what do you think?
I'm glad I watched your videos.
Yeah, me too.
Even though I knew her from movies, but Mickey Dolenz.
Yeah. Mickey Dolenz' daughter, Amy, who starred in She's Out of Control, which, by the way, those that watch the video know this, was the movie that literally almost had Gene Siskel quit being a movie critic. It was that disparaging for him. And here's the sad part. I don't know if it's a sad part. I liked it. I liked She's Out of Control. I've always been a big Tony Danza fan. I like everything Tony Danza's in. And so but then someone in the comments was mentioning that, you know what, it felt like a really long sitcom, and I always loved sitcoms, so it makes sense that I would enjoy the movie as well. All right, we did 10 out of 10, folks. 10 out of 11 if we want to get technical, but we got all 10 because we got our bonus question for Jack Nicholson. There she is, Amy Dolenz, and there's Tony's eyes right there. But let's see. Let me go back here to the how did you do. I want folks to tell me how they did. Let's look at scores here. I got to scroll back up to get to scores. Superfan Superplex was 9 of 10. Richard Brooks was 8 of 10. I spoiled it somehow. I often do. Again, and Sky Jelly Fatty. Terrell Bellinger was 9 of 10. Daryl Johnston, 7 of 10. Oh, GR just watched Miracle Beach the other night. I have got to rewatch that one. I want to see that one again. Amy plays a genie in that movie. Superfan Jill Carter was 10 of 10. Miles High, 7 of 10. Marianne Lockwood was 9 of 10 plus the bonus, so that's all 10 points. Good job. Jay Aldridge was 9 of 10. Darn close. Good work, though. Jerry was 7 of 10. Jerry Gillespie. Superfan Elf Dog 100, 8 of 10. He says, this was a good challenge for trivia, not always perfect. Kevin Davis, 10 of 10. Emily Miller, 9 of 10. Again, hence that Jelly Fetty, 7 of 4 or 7 out of 11. Superplex, 10 out of 11. Georgia Ayers, Superfan Georgia Ayers, 8 of 10. And I didn't say Superfan Superplex. I should have. Nick Momonis, 8 of 10. Lamont Bradford, 7 of 10. Only 257. Must not have been here for all questions. Got 3 of 6. Karen Lester, 8 of 10. John H., 8 of 10. Good job. Hungry Jerk, 8 of 10. Nice work, Tom. GR 8 of 10, Denise Richardson 7 of 10, Custom God 7 of 10, Todd McCurry 8 of 10, Superfan Jill Carter got 10. Nicely done, Jill. John C. Bojemski 3 of 10, Danny Staten says, I got them all. He studied for this. Nicely done, Danny. Let's see. Drew Knight was 10 of 10 as well. John Lawson says, Dave, oh, holy cow. That's kind of a PG-13 comment. We'll scratch that one. At least I won't comment on it. I couldn't click off that one quick enough. Tanya Eamon, 9 of 10. Kimberly Wiederhold, 9 of 10. Did we lose Justin? We must have lost Justin. He says, good night, all. Good night, Justin.
Dear.
Thanks so much for
Night,
joining
Justin.
us, buddy. Thank you so much for joining us. Paul Rotter, 9 of 10. Let's see. John Collins says 9 of 10. Please check my virtual mailbox. I will indeed. I'll check it tomorrow and see if anything has arrived. John, thanks for the heads up. Dominic D says good night, folks. Let's see. Tiny Illiman was 9 of 11. I think that's it. I think we've got all the scores here. What a great night. It has been so much fun. Let me click off of that and click right here. Get everybody back. I'd love to just quickly go around the horn and have you guys talk a little bit about your channels. Tell me what's going on. Folks, I'll say this right now. If you haven't subscribed to these fellers, you should. So with that, I'm going to just work around the horn clockwise and start with my friend Pat McCormick. First off, before you tell me what's going on with your channel, are you done with your holiday shopping?
Absolutely. I got it all on Jerry Mather's Beaver merchandise.
Yeah, that's right. You've got the in with the beaver, of course.
Yeah.
The whole family's getting all sorts of Jerry Mathers material or merch.
He's so cool. He is just one of the most genuinely down-to-earth, humble people anyone could know. And boy, I'm so honored that he actually uses my videos for his stuff. So that's what I've been doing. That's my Christmas shopping. Yes, got it done. And meanwhile, I'm writing more episodes, going to debut on the first of the year, longer form episodes of Retro TV Trivia. And
cool.
I think it might just do the trick. Something's got to do the trick. The compilations were good. I got 2 more of those before the end of the year. And, just looking to try some new things. Maybe even start streaming.
Oh,
awesome.
I can't wait. I can't
That'd
wait
be awesome.
to be on a Pat McCormick stream. That will be awesome.
I didn't say you guys were invited.
What?
Fact is, I couldn't do it without you. That's the fact. No way. Matter of fact, please help me.
All right.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
Pat.
Christmas,
Steve, Mr. Holiday himself right there with that stocking cap.
Ho, ho, ho.
I got to say, the last video I watched of yours wasn't a happy one. It was that golf cart one.
Never mind that. That should never have been on my channel because I see dead people.
So what's going on? What are you working on?
I'm not working on anything right now. I'm very lazy, Dave.
Perfect.
Occasionally you will see a video appear if you're interested.
Well, I'm always interested, but that's the YouTube dream. I think, really, as I kind of got into this as a hobby, I thought, you know what? The great thing about this is if I can get monetized and have this, just pay a few of the bills, pay the electrical bill every month. I'll just make videos when I want. But I found it to be darn addicting. That's the problem. Is I'm always kind of thinking about what's next.
Send Barbie Benton a check.
No kidding. That one was a popular one and definitely
no wait, it was Karen Valentine.
Karen Valentine is doing well as well. It's that format, the what they look at now, for whatever reason, people are just the way that's phrased and the thumbnail. They're more enticed to click on that instead of me. What I typically title those as is whatever happened to, right? Those are the kind of videos I do. And so you might see a few more of them in that format just because people really seem to respond to
Very
that
good.
particular phrasing.
Yeah.
Much like the life and sad ending, really, people really responded to that one too, Steve.
Yeah, a little too much.
All right, Ian, what are you up to? I know you have a Metal Tavern interview coming up.
Yeah, I did Metal Tavern interview. That be out maybe in a week. Try to get out there as quick as possible, but just holiday stuff,
Love it.
makes it busy. We talked about the darker side of metal, everything thrash and heavier. And these guys know a lot about it. I'm working on another, 5 things you didn't know. They're going to do 5 things you didn't know. I think about square pegs next. And I'm going to be on that Fat Samurai Guys show tomorrow night. And we're going to be talking, we're doing a versus. We're going to be doing Batman Returns versus Iron Man 3. So that's what's going on my channel.
Very cool.
Good stuff.
Very cool. Thrash, what's new? What did I just see on your channel? Oh, Christmas Story. I love the Christmas Story video. That was great.
And I'm so glad you mentioned that because I have a new gimmick to all you folks out there as I shamelessly try to ride on Dave's coattails. I have an offer to all new subscribers, anyone who wants to join my channel. You name a topic and I shall do a post on it. I will do a post on any topic you guys see fit. The Christmas Story, book versus movie, was done for Mr. John Collins, and I was happy to do it. I'm feverishly collecting information for a retrospect on the initial 6 Star Trek films, and after that, I got a wonderful concept given to me by Miss Cindy DD, and that is a comparison of vintage cop shows versus vintage private eye shows, and I could really sink my teeth into that. So we got some great stuff coming up, and even more if you guys join my channel. And thank you, Dave. Merry Christmas to all.
I'll think about it.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Feliz Kwanzaa. Well, no, it wouldn't. It would just be Happy Kwanzaa. Feliz Navidad to those that are speaking other languages. I just hope everybody has a really great holiday season. And Pat, Steve, Thrash, Ian, Justin, and Danny, who, sorry, he said that in the chat that he was having technical issues because of the storms that are going on there. I can attest to the storms they're having right now. As I was driving to his place on Saturday evening, it was just storming like nobody's business. I almost turned around. It was so bad. But thanks to everybody. Thanks to all of my guests. I sure hope you guys have a great holiday. I sure hope that everybody in the chat, we had up to 120 people on this chat tonight. So awesome to have so many people participating. 65 people are still hanging around, which is awesome. Because I promised I'd play the stupid stocking stuffer again to John, who it looked like he has these moments where he asks a question and then there's something going on with his PC because it just keeps hitting it over and over and over. And it's not, I know it's not him that keeps asking it. I know that that's just a technical issue, but thank you, John, for letting us know Christmas cards are on the way. Can't wait to receive it. And I won't flash that on the screen again because I know that it's probably showed up like 10 or 20 or 10 or so times, not 20 times. But Emily Miller, good friend Emily Miller, says make sure you all hit that like button before you leave. Please do. I'd appreciate that. It just YouTube's algorithm picks up on it. That hitting the like button, the subscribe buttons, comments in both the chat as well as in the video. All of that feeds into the algorithm, and so it's appreciated when you do that. So thanks for pointing that out, Emily. And again, I said it before, but I'll say it one more time, and then I'm going to you're going to take off for the evening. We'll play some videos, a few more videos for folks that want to stick around and visit in the chat. But boy, oh boy, sure hope you all have a happy holiday. And to my guests, the same to you.
Thank you, Dave.
Have a great evening. Talk to y'all soon.
Night, everyone.
Perfect.
humbug.
Gather round, children. Let me tell you a story.
Christmas morning, I ran down the stairs. I ran toward the fireplace. I flew through the air. I looked in my stocking. There was no Christmas joy. I got a stupid stocking stuffer. Instead of a toy, I got fruit. I got fruit. I got a freaking orange, yeah. I got fruit. I got fruit. I got a freaking orange, yeah, yeah. So I looked at my mother. I looked at my dad. I asked, why would Santa bring me something stupid like that? Of all of the things that I had asked Santa for, why would he get my stocking stuffer at a grocery store? I got fruit. I got fruit. I got a freaking orange, yeah. I got fruit. I got fruit. I got a freaking orange, yeah, yeah. 30 years later, I have my own kids. They run down the staircase exactly like I did. They look in their stockings and tears fill their eyes. I feel their pain as they realize that they got fruit. They got a freaking orange, yeah. They got fruit. Maybe you were just naughty this year. They got a freaking orange, yeah, yeah. They got a stupid stocking stuffer. Fruit. A stupid stocking stuffer. Fruit. A stupid stocking stuffer. A stupid stocking stuffer. Fruit. A stupid stocking stuffer. Fruit. A stupid stocking stuffer. They got fruit. They got fruit. They got a freaking orange, yeah, yeah. They got fruit. They got fruit. They got a freaking orange, yeah, yeah. They got fruit.
Yeah, it really kind of sucked. Of course, it wasn't as bad as the year we got the peanuts in the bottom of our stocking. Or the year when we got a pencil and eraser. It was an orange. A freaking orange.
Happy holidays! Now go eat some fruit, especially you!
Oh, here's a lovely lady.
Yes, this is Little Soleil Moon Frye, also known as Punky Brewster of NBC's comedy of the same name. She's riding in a 1975 Buick with her mother, Sandra Palouse. Soleil is only 9 years old. Isn't that something? She became an actress because she wanted to be like her brother, Mino Palouse. She says she's a survivor, like her character Punky.
When I was 9 years old, I didn't even know what survivor meant.
I know. Soleil, we understand you're going to the White House in February. Could you tell us about your trip?
Well, it's like I've been doing organization Just Say No for drugs, and I'm the chair spokesman for it, spokeskid, and it's really fun.
Well, we're very happy that you are doing that work, and it's wonderful to have you with us in the parade.
I'd like to say Merry Christmas and peace on earth for everybody. And I'd like to say hi to my family, my friends, and everybody on my show.
You're a doll. Bye-bye, babe.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
You are special.
Hey folks, if you're enjoying this live stream, be like the Fonz and give it a thumbs up. Hey.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight. Glory streams from heaven afar. Heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hi, Lois. Hi, Joanne.
Dashing through the snow in the one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way.
Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright.
What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open
We have all the children together. How about you folks at home, I should say you children at home, joining our youngsters to sing Jingle Bells. You ready, children? 1, 2, jingle bells,
jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Once more now.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all.
So much for Jingle Bells. How about the Santa coming in at this time here?
You didn't think I was going to get here so early, huh? But I hear you've all been good children, and I have gifts for all of my kiddies. But only if you're good. And I hear you're all good. Let's see. Here is one for Stephen Clark. Oh, I hear you're a good singer, Stephen. That's for you. Okay,
I
you
wouldn't
said
be a
thank
bit
you.
surprised if that's
Well,
a cowboy suit.
Let's see. Here is one for Terry.
Thank you, boys and girls, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for letting us share your Christmas Eve. And now from our musical family, a Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.